Today, let's learn how to pass background checks with flying colors. Let's say that you have completed all the interviews and have received an amazing offer from your dream company. Congratulations. And now the employer tells you that they're going to kickstart the background checking process. Now, you know that people are supposed to pass background checks as long as they don't lie and you have nothing to worry about. But you have also heard of horror stories where people lose their offers and offers get rescinded because of a failed background check. So how do we ensure that we pass this last process with success and without any difficulties? Hi, my name is Chung, and I'm an executive search consultant and your career coach at Pinpoint Asia. Today, we will discuss how to ensure that you avoid any mistakes and/or unnecessary surprises so you can pass background checks with minimal delay. Now, again, everyone is expected to pass their background checks. Generally speaking, as long as you do not exaggerate your compensation or lie about anything on purpose, you should not have any issue with this process. And I don't expect anyone watching this video to lie, but I have also seen candidates, honest candidates, make inadvertent mistakes that can delay this process or in unfortunate cases lead to them losing their hard-earned offer. And in this video, I want to minimize that. I want to make sure that you don't make these kinds of mistakes. Let me start by explaining how the background checking process works. When an employer makes an offer and the candidate accepts it, the company will then kick off what they call background checking process by contacting a third-party background checking company that's specialized in this area. And then the background checking company will contact the candidate to provide a certain set of information as well as their CV. And then what they'll do is they'll check the information that the candidate has provided as well as the CV, the content in their CV, to make sure that everything is accurate and true. Now, once the background checking is done, then they will go back to the employer and share their findings. If everything is cleared, then no problem, all good. But if there are certain issues or discrepancies, then most likely they will come back to the candidate and ask for more information or clarification. But in rare cases, when there are too many discrepancies or they have some issues that are deemed too serious, then it is possible for the employer to then later rescind the offer. So the most important thing, as you can imagine, for background checking is accuracy. And we need to also understand what are the key information that is most important to background checking companies and employers for this process. And we'll discuss what they are so you know how to prepare for it. Now, a disclaimer. I am by no means providing any legal advice, nor am I qualified to do so. And while the content of this video will be applicable and helpful to most everyone who will watch this video, if you happen to have a criminal record or bankruptcy in your past, I really suggest that you seek a legal advice from a professional lawyer so that you can receive the necessary help in your particular case. But without further ado, let's get right into it. Number one, accurate resume. The first step in ensuring a smooth background check is to write an accurate resume. As I mentioned, a big part of this process is confirming the content of your CV. Therefore, it is imperative that everything that you write in your CV is absolutely factual. And when it comes to resumes and background checks, I have seen that certain areas are more error prone than others. So please pay special attention to them. The first area is dates, mainly employment dates and graduation dates. Now, when it comes to this, the first advice that I want to make is that you only provide the year and the month. There is no need to provide the actual day unless you are specifically asked to do so. You see, the more information and detail you provide, the more room for error you have. So again, keep it to month and year unless you have to. And probably the biggest source of mistakes when it comes to dates is an incorrect memory. For example, if the date was towards the end of the month, for example, 31st of March, it is easy to incorrectly remember that as April. So the best way to prevent that is to check every date against your contracts or certificates or reference letters and etc. to make sure that they are absolutely accurate. The next item that you want to pay special attention to in your CV is the job title. Please make sure that you always include the official job title given by the company in your CV. I understand that the official titles, they do not always provide or describe what you do very well. Titles such as software engineer level 1 or associate or VP or IT manager and etc. do not provide a very accurate picture as to your responsibilities, or sometimes they may even be outright misleading. In such cases, what I would do is still write the official title and then next to them, within brackets, write a more descriptive or actual titles of what you have done. For example, let's say you are a full stack Java developer, but your official title is software engineer level 1. In such a case, what I would do is write software engineer level 1 as my title, and then next to it, within brackets, I would write full stack Java developer or full stack Python developer, and etc. Or let's say you are a business analyst, but your official title happens to be project manager. Again, in such a case, I would write project manager as my title because this is the official one, and within brackets, I would write business analyst. You see, if you do not include your official title, it becomes quite tricky to prove your title or even to provide any supporting documents, because any official documents from the company will most likely contain only your official titles. And there may be you may have to do a lot of explanation, and there may be a lot of back and forth and etc. And you can avoid a lot of hassle simply by following this tip. And lastly, certificates. When it comes to certificates, please just remember one thing and make sure that all the certificates in your CV are still current. Now, if some of them have expired already, then either you want to take them out, or if you want to still include them in your CV, please make sure that you indicate that they have expired already, which ones have expired already. By doing this, you will be able to avoid any potential misunderstanding. Number 2, salary. When it comes to salary, make sure that every number that you provide is absolutely accurate. And when I say absolutely accurate, I mean please do not round it up or round down, but make sure that it is precise to the dollar. For example, if your compensation is $98,321, please do not write 98,000 or 98,300, and definitely do not write 100,000, but instead write 98,321, which is again precise to the dollar. And the best way to do this, to remember all these numbers, is to check your supporting documents or pay slips or whatever other compensation related documents first before inputting these numbers. Chances are, during the background checking process, you will have to provide these supporting documents anyway. So have them ready, find them out first, and then check the figures before inputting them into background checking forms. And do not go by your memory. One question that I repeatedly receive from my candidates is, isn't it okay to round down my number or provide a lower salary because clearly I am not lying about salary? And the answer is absolutely not. Because the point of background checking is not only about whether you're inflating your salary, but it is also about your ability to provide accurate and precise details. And during my career, I have seen employers that actually rescind their offer because of inaccurate salary details, even if the number that they provided was lower than their actual one, because they interpreted this as their inability to be detail-oriented or their lack of detail. Again, not every company may do that, but you never know what the company or the particular hiring manager would do. And this is a classic example of better safe than sorry. So again, please check your supporting documents first and provide absolutely precise, exact numbers. Number 3, supporting documents. Please make sure that you keep and file your supporting documents well. Documents such as pay slips, your contracts, any letters that indicate your promotion or change of titles, university degrees, certificates, transcripts and reference letters, and etc. Please, again, file them well so that when you need to provide them during the background checking, you can provide them quickly. Sometimes I see candidates who do not keep these documents well and they have to ask for their university or their previous employers to provide these documents again, which can be a real hassle and can delay the process quite a bit. So again, keep them well, do not lose them, and always have them ready. That's it for today. Really hope you found the information here useful. Obviously, we did not cover every aspect of the background checking requirements, but if you follow the tips in this video, you will be able to handle most of background checks that you'll encounter with ease. As always, please leave your questions and comments below. And thank you for watching. See you again soon.